Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are back here on a Monday night for the Super Late Models, the Top Hat Comics Super Late Model Series from Crooked Line Racing. Not a lot of stuff went on last week. I hope you all had a happy Thanksgiving, and we are back for some racing again here on a Monday night. Martinsville Speedway, 125 laps as always. Was talking to one of the drivers a little earlier, saying tires and fuel going to be something we're going to have to keep an eye on tonight. So I hope everybody is ready for this one. It is race number 4 out of 12 for the Top Hat Comics Super Late Model Series. These drivers are in drivers meeting right now. That's why nobody's out on track. We're just waiting for them to get that wrapped up, go out and turn a few laps. Fastest times are at the top of your screen. Something interesting that the owner of Crooked Line, Tanner Marr, he wanted me to mention here tonight. We're going to bring it up on screen. Something a little special that McConey Setup Shop is going to be starting to do. They're going to be starting a school, a short track racing school. And Tanner, I think, is going to be part of that. I'm not sure. He didn't really say. He did, but I'm not sure exactly how he wanted me to word that. But McConey Setup Shop, Stars Short Track Auto Racing School, going to be starting up here soon. Keep an eye out for that. Great shot of Martinsville Speedway here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. About 4-5 minutes left in practice. We still have to get down the trackside here in just another minute or so and start pre-race ceremonies. Right now, top of the board is Thomas Axum. Didn't have that great of a run last week. Still managed to get a good finish, but wasn't able to bring home the win. Troy Tarbuck is out there sitting second with Chris Carroll third. Guy Barrett fourth. Larry Bell rounds out the top 5 right now for practice. Again, we got about 4 minutes left here in practice at Martinsville Speedway on True Sim Productions for the Crooked Line Racing League Top Hat Comics Super Late Model Series. Race 4 out of 12 here tonight. Let me see if we have... All right, so after race number 3, we come into tonight with Thomas Axum leading the points, Chris Carroll in second, Tanner Marr third, Brian Zimmerman fourth, and Kyle O'Danick fifth. That's the top 5 in points going into this race. We actually, now that I'm looking at it a little bit more here, we got Thomas Axum in first, Chris Carroll second. Both are actually tied for the points lead right now, with Tanner Marr only 7 points back. And Brian Zimmerman only 9. So things already starting to heat up with the points. It sounds like the drivers might be finishing up with their drivers meeting here rather shortly, if not right now. So we got cars going back out on track. Finish up practice here, only 2.5 minutes. Go out there and get the final adjustments on them super late models, get the right tire pressures ready to go for the race here tonight. All right, ladies and gentlemen, as we're starting to round out practice here, about 2 minutes left, we have to go down trackside and we have to start pre-race ceremonies. So if you could, please rise and remove your hats for tonight's national anthem, performed, as always, by Joshua Rutherford. And thank you very much, Joshua Rutherford, for, again, a great rendition of our national anthem. Everybody, please go check out Mullet Music Productions on YouTube. And go give Josh a subscription. Help him out. Helps him out. Helps us out. And we greatly appreciate it. Practice just got the checkered flag. It's time for these drivers to bring them on down pit road, get lined back up, and get ready to go qualifying. Who will be the first to go out on track? How about this? 38 of Garrett Crow is going to head on out on the track. Only 5 minutes qualifying here for the Crooked Line Top Hat Comics Super Late Models. Garrett Crow is going to go ahead and get the green flag, start his qualifying run. There's also a few other drivers out on track. Thomas Axon, Scott Smith, Mitchell Numa's out there. Garrett Crow down into 3 and 4, coming out of turn number 4 and across the line to finish up lap 1, getting a white flag here. Gonna go top of the board right now on provisional pole with a 19.28 for the number 38. Brian Zimmerman's gonna take that away with a 19.02, coming out of turn number 4 for the number 38 of Garrett Crow across the line. Will he improve? He does. He goes a little bit faster at 19.21. It's good enough for 6th place right now. How about Thomas Axe on top of the board with an 18.85. 18.85 for the number 13 as he now finishes up his qualifying run. Brian Zimmerman was good enough to get a 18.99 for the number 28. See who else we got out here. How about a newcomer tonight? Charles Giffen, the number 15. Brand new to this series. Big wiggle coming off turn 4. But that's going to finish up his qualifying run good enough for 13th position with a 19.76. A 19.76 for Charles Giffen in the number 15. Again, newcomer here at Crooked Line. First time racing with us. It's good to see new faces come on out and join us. Guy Barrett finished up his qualifying run there. He's good enough for 9th place on the board. About 2 minutes, 45 seconds remaining on the clock for these guys to go out and qualify. Chris Carroll, last week's winner, not able to qualify this evening. Must start from the rear of the field. That is a rule here. So checking out this camera right here, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be our choose cone camera for tonight. Remember, when these drivers get 2 to green, we will be getting a choose cone. Drivers can choose inside or outside lane. Once they cross that start-finish line is when they will choose. Looks like we got Tanner out here. Tanner finishing up lap 1. 19.25. Good enough for 11th place. See if he can improve on a second. Out of turn number 4 and across the line for the number 4, Tanner Marr. Does he improve? He does. Goes 6th fastest with a 19.13. 19.13 for the number 4 of Tanner Marr. Starting just outside the top 5. Right now, your top 5, Thomas Axon, Brian Zimmerman, Troy Tarbuck, Larry Bell, and Christian Pittman. All right, 15 seconds left here on the clock for qualifying. Everybody who wanted to take a time has taken a time. Ladies and gentlemen, get your picks out in chat. Driver number, driver name, we don't care. Just pick somebody, throw it out in chat. Let me know who you're going for. It's kind of hard for me to pick because of the old broadcaster's curse, but, you know, I'm liking that number 4 car. I'm going to be a little biased, but I like that number 4 car right now. All right, everybody, these drivers are starting to grit up and getting ready for tonight's event. Again, 125 laps. Tires are going to matter. Fuel is going to matter. But we got to get through that grid. Thomas Axum's going to be starting on the pole here tonight in that number 13. Starting to his outside is going to be the number 28 of Brian Zimmerman. Starting in third is going to be Troy Tarbuck in that number 24 with Larry Bell in the 43 to his outside. Christian Pittman's going to be starting in 5th position in that number 14, with Tanner Marr in the number 4 starting in 6th. Derek Stanley in the number 11 is going to be starting in 7th position, with Mitchell Muma in the number 98 starting to his outside. Kyle O'Danick in the number 21 is going to be starting in 9th position, with Guy Barrett in the 02 starting in 10th. Garrett Crow in the number 38 is going to be starting in 11th position, with Brandon Mettler in the number 17 starting in 12th. I'm sorry, Brandon Mettler is going to be in the 15 because that's his custom number. What happened? There we go. Scott Smith is going to be starting in 13th in that number 53, with Charles Giffen in the number 15 starting in 14th. Jason Korn in the number 39 is going to be starting 15th, with Chris Sawyer in the 66 starting in 16th. Brody Mears in the 72 is going to be starting 17th, with Chris Carroll in the number 99 starting 18th, and Chris Clark rounding out the field in 19th at that number 91. That rounds out your field here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Getting ready to go green. Flagman just put one finger in the air. One more lap till these guys get going for 125 laps around Martinsville Speedway. They're going to come out of turn number 4, field in the hands of the flagman. Green flag is out. We are underway here in Martinsville. Thomas Axon's going to get a great launch going down into turn 1 and 2, but Brian Zimmerman's going to try and fight hard on the outside. He pushes up the racetrack, allowing Troy Tarbuck to get underneath of him down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. Christian Pittman's already up one spot as well, sitting back there in the 4th position, right behind Brian Zimmerman, trying to get around him as well. Zimmerman getting stuck on that top lane on the outside. He's going to have to find a hole very shortly, or else he's just going to get freight trained on that outside. Almost getting into the wall just a little bit as he does find a hole right in front of Derek Stanley in that number 11. Everybody single filed out really quickly. Going back a little bit further, Garrett Crow looking underneath the 15 of Brandon Mettler. As they go down into turns 1 and 2, can't quite get there. Mettler's going to try and dive down. The 53 of Scott Smith. Look to the outside of the 38 of Garrett Crow there just for a second. Back up to the front of the field. Thomas Axum just ran the fastest lap of the race so far, a 19.35. Troy Tarbuck back there running in second, doing a great job, up one position since the start. Already 4 laps into this 125 lap main event. Christian Pittman got around Brian Zimmerman and is now up into third position all over the back bumper. That number 24 last time by ran a 19.22, just a little bit slower than the number 24 of Troy Tarbuck. Down the back straightaway into turns 3 and 4, you see Pittman kind of running just a little bit different of a line right there compared to the 24 as they come down the front straightaway into turns 1 and 2. Brian Zimmerman lost 2 spots already since the start of the race. Back there in 4th position on lap 6 of 125 here at Martinsville. Kind of all by himself. Has a little bit of a gap in front of him, a little bit of a gap behind him, a little bit of breathing room for that number 28 right now. Still a long way to go. A lot can be done. Christian Pittman looking for second. As they go down into 3 and 4, it looks like Tarbuck's going to go up the track just a little bit too high, and Pittman's going to pass him with ease. Now Pittman running down your race leader. Let's go back and take a look at the number 72. He's up 4 spots since the start of this race, sitting in 13th position. Brody Mears out there doing a great job right now. Last time by ran a 19.60 as he looks to the inside of Jason Korn. Not sure if the 39 might have a problem. He does right there as he gets into the wall a little bit. Mitchell Muma also has a little bit of left front damage on that number 98 machine. See him right there, Chris Carroll. Remember, Chris had to start from the rear of the field, already up 3 spots from the start of this race, sitting in 15th position. Has his work cut out for him. Axum had to do it last week. Carroll has to do it this week. Can Carroll get up to the front of the field here before this thing is over? Still green flag. 10 out of 125 laps complete here at Martinsville. Last time by, leader ran a 19.25 compared to second place's 19.29. Axum just a little quicker than Pittman right now. It's about a second gap from first place to second. About that, ladies and gentlemen. Back here, let's take a look at 5th position. Number 11 of Derek Stanley, up 2 positions from the start of this race. Under pressure right now from the 21 of Kyle O'Danick. Everybody, again, pretty much single filed out. Everybody knows this is a long race, long way to go. Martinsville, tough track. You really got to get into a rhythm here at this paperclip oval. The second you lose that rhythm, you're going to start losing a ton of time, as you even see right there. The 21 of Kyle O'Danick, he's trying to get around that number 11. Can't get the run out of the corner. Has to be able to get a run out of the corner. Get to that quarter panel of that number 11 so you can try and make the pass going down to the next set of corners. Larry Bell, he's lost 3 spots since the start of this race. Now sitting in 7th. Still doing a good job out there, running 19.51 last time by, compared to the leader's 19.30, about 2/10 slower. And now, under pressure from the 4 of Tanner Marr. Tanner Marr, though, is under pressure from that number 02 of Guy Barrett. Guy Barrett up 1 position from the start of this race. He started in 10th and is now running 9th. Brandon Mettler back there, up 2 positions so far. Looks like we got one on pit road, maybe an unscheduled pit stop or problems for the number 15. Looks like he entered pit lane and then kind of jumped to his pit box. Not sure what's going on there with the number 15 of Charles Giffen. Can't win race is sitting on pit road. Thomas Axum still leading this thing. He's about a second and a half ahead of Christian Pittman. That you see the gap right there. You see the different lines being ran from these two guys as well. You see Pittman kind of running about a lane, not a lane, but about a half a lane higher than that number 13 is. Let's go on board. Christian Pittman, the number 14. You see him barely turning the wheel on entry. Has to ease into the throttle coming off the corner. Martinsville's very unique when you come off these corners. It's almost like a little hill. You can feel the suspension unload in that race car, and it wants to get the car loose coming off that corner. Back here a little bit. We got a whole line of cars. Brian Zimmerman right behind Troy Tarbuck, starting to catch up to him. He's going to have to get around him here. I think Zimmy's kind of playing the long game, trying to save his tires right now. Trying to get a run. He gets a good run through the center of the corner right there on that 24. Just can't get the power down quick enough to get a run coming off the corner. Derek Stanley still under pressure from Kyle O'Danick. Larry Bell still behind the 21. Everybody pretty much in the same spot. Nobody making a move just yet. It seems like a lot of these guys are really just riding. Keep an eye on this battle back here. Thomas Axum still has about a second and a half, almost 2-second lead over Christian Pittman right now. Oh, Tarbuck getting bumped out of line. A little bit of contact there between him and the 11 in turns 1 and 2. But now he's out of that line. He's going to get freight trained here if he can't find a hole to get down. Larry Bell now taking a look to the inside, down into 1 and 2. Now Tanner looking to the inside. And see, ladies and gentlemen, this right here, this is why you do not want to get stuck on that outside lane. If it's a short run, you might be able to hold it on that outside lane if you pinch the guy down hard enough. But when these green flag runs happen and you're just trying to ride around, ain't nobody going to let you get back down right now. Nobody's going to let it happen. Positions matter. Track position's key here at Martinsville. And now Tarbuck, he's got his work cut out for him as he drops all the way down to 10th position. I'm telling you, I like that number 4. Don't count him out just yet. Only running about a 10th slower than our race leader. But he also has traffic in front of him. Axum has clear racetrack right now. That's the difference. You do know that clean air does affect race cars in general. Here in Martinsville, not so much, but still can affect it just a little bit. Taking lap number 31 of 125, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to take our first commercial break of the evening. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. We have to cut the commercial break short, ladies and gentlemen. We are under caution for the first time this evening. The number 11 of Derek Stanley getting involved with this one. Let's go back and see if we can't see what happened. So, see, here's that broadcaster's curse thing starting up. Let's see if we can't get a better look on this. Taking a look at the number 11 there, top side of the racetrack. Oh, looks like kind of him and Bell make contact there. Let's back it up again. Let's go down in the corner. Slow it down just a little bit. So the 43 on the inside there, he's going to push up the racetrack. They do make a little bit of contact right there. Just a little bit of contact. So I think that checks up the number 11, which has Tanner Marr just barely touch that left rear and send it down into the 43, which right rears him up into the outside wall. Guy Barrett involved with that one. Everybody else doing a good job trying to avoid it. So, some interesting things going on here. Thomas Axum coming down pit road. Christian Pittman, Scott Smith, Brian Zimmerman, Kyle O'Danick, all these guys stopped. Tanner Marr. I tell you what, let's bust on him a little bit. We have to, since he kind of caused that wreck. Let's see. Let me make sure I got this going. Tanner Marr, driver of the number 4, Sam in the booth. You got a copy?
I got a copy, Sam. Did I cause that?
You know what? I'm going to have to say yeah.
I apologize to Stanley. I didn't know. We got no contact points that we hit or nothing, but I know it looked like we hit based off of his car. That was weird, man.
Well, I tell you what, from our angle, what it looks like what happened, the 43 kind of doored the 11 just a little bit, checked him up, you got into his left rear, and that's what kind of started the whole chain reaction. Kind of wanted to pull you up, though, and get your opinion on what you saw out of the windshield there.
It was, man, first thing I asked was if I caused it, right? I didn't know for sure. Like I said, it didn't say we touched, but I could tell by the way his car reacted that something happened there, right?
Right.
So, I mean, that's why I apologize to him. I hate that happened because I was with me to do it. Tough to pass out here, man. Very, very tough to pass right now.
Well, hey, you're getting ready to go back green. We won't keep you from racing. Have a good one out there, Tanner. Good luck.
Thank you, buddy.
They're going back green flag racing, ladies and gentlemen. That was a quick yellow. Brandon Mettler, finger on the trigger. I always screw that one up. Finger on the trigger, fires them off. We're back underway here in Martinsville, down into turns 1 and 2. Mettler has a great launch, but Axum also got a decent launch as well. Coming off turn number 2, they're going to be side by side, going down the back straightaway, but we're going to be under caution once again. Looks like Guy Barrett might have been involved in this one as well. Did Tanner just wreck this man again or wreck somebody again? We're going to back it up. Here. Let's see here. Ooh, that one's iffy. So that one's a little iffy right there. So let's see. Down into the corner. Almost a little bit of contact there. Kind of looks like there is maybe a little bit, but kind of looks like the 0-2 might come down on the 4. That's kind of hard to tell. We'll leave it up to the chat to decide that one, ladies and gentlemen, just like we always do on True Sim Productions. Go ahead and put in the chat. Who do you think was at fault? See Keith Mack out in chat. Keith, how are you doing, my friend? I hope things are going well, considering your certain situation. I really hope you're doing well. Sending good vibes from everybody here at True Sim Productions. Doing well. That's good to hear, man. That's really good to hear. Tanner slid up, but don't tell him you said that. Well, he might watch the broadcast back. He gonna see the chat. That's all good. Everybody has their own opinion. That's why we let the chat decide who was at fault. Kind of makes it more fun. All right, so should be no choose cone here because they did not get one green flag lap in, so they're going to be starting single file. Man, I need internet back. I've missed being out there with the boys. Yeah, Raymond, you got to get back out here. You missed dirt too. Come on now. Axum, finger on the trigger, coming out of turn number 4. Going to run them up really high. You're going to fire them off, and we're back under green. Down into turns 1 and 2. No competition for the 13. Had a great launch and got out to about a half a second lead already over the 15 of Mullet. Pittman taking a look underneath the 38 of Garrett Crow. Looks like Crow, he was one of those drivers who stayed out, right? He has not pit yet, so I think he knows these guys are on a little bit better tires. And he's just trying to let them go. See, a couple of people saying that was Tanner's fault. Now, that's not exactly what I saw, but again, we let the chat decide. Axum's going to be tough to beat once he gets fresh. I tell you what, he's looking tough to beat right now. He's already out to a second lead over second place, Brandon Metler. But I tell you what, Brandon Metler, for not coming down and pitting, he's holding his own out there in second place. Up 10 positions since the start of this race, I might add. On lap 48 of 125, coming to take lap 49. How about this? Another driver who did not pit was the 72 of Brody Mears, sitting up here in 5th. He's up 12 positions from the start of this race. And one person I want to go back and take a look at is that number 99 of Chris Carroll. Remember, Chris Carroll won last week and had to start in the rear of the field this week. Now, currently up 7 spots from the start of this race, sitting in 11th position. Going back a little bit further, we know. Oh, it sounds like we got a wreck. Oh, big wreck. Brandon Metler's around. Brandon Metler, the number 15, going around. We got to see if we can't get eyeballs on that. See what happened. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going down into turns 1 and 2 here. Ooh, I think that's no contest. No contest to who caused that one. Unfortunately, it looks like it might have been the 38 of Garrett Crow. But if you want to pay attention to this real quick, let's take a look at this. Right there. You see how he's off the throttle. You see the flames coming out of the exhaust, right? But you see how sideways he is. He got on the brakes so hard, it got that car out of shape. And it's like he came off the brakes and gained so much time up to that number 15, got into the back of him, sent him around. So, how about this? Let's see here. Thomas Axum brought it down pit road again, taking right side tires here. Let's see if he takes all 4. I'm curious to see what this 13 is going to do. I don't know if that's a Sara banner on that car or not. Hey, this is Top Hat Comics there, Tom. Got to get you the right banner on that number 13 machine. But that gave the lead over to the number 14 of Christian Pittman. So, interesting calls here being made. Chris Carroll also brought it down pit side. A few other drivers did as well. Axum's the one that lost the most ground right there. Garrett Crow still has yet to bring that car down pit side. Keeps it out on the racing surface one more time. Who else was involved in that after Mettler went around? Well, I tell you what. If you would like, I might be able to bring that back up for you. Let's go check it out. So there's the contact. Goes around. Oh, 72, the 4, the 98, the 11. All kind of got involved right there. Kind of got shoved all down to the inside wall right there. But we're getting ready to go back green flag racing. Christian Pittman, finger on the trigger. We're double file once again. Coming out of turn number 4, flag up in the air. Back to the gears they go. We're back under green. See a lot of wheel spin right there. It looked like everybody had a little bit of a wiggle when they got on the throttle. How about Brian Zimmerman bringing that 28 machine back up into second place, now trying to get up to the lead. Christian Pittman, last pit on lap 36, fuel only, it looks like 4 to 14. Looks like Zimmy might have taken tires. He has a run here, all over the back bumper, battle for the lead. Can't seem to get the run out of the corner that he wants to make a move on the 14 just yet. Riding behind him as we go on board. You see it right there. Look at the run he gets to the center of the corner, down the back straightaway. Just can't quite make it happen. Back a little bit further. Garrett Crow sitting in 4th, still is yet to pit though. One of the only drivers aside from that 72 who have yet to bring their super late model down pit road. Tanner Marr finds his way up inside the top 5. Got a mangled race car in the left front though. Definitely some heavy damage on that number 4. I'm surprised that thing is handling well. As you see the 0-2, big wiggle coming off of 4. That allows the number 99 of Chris Carroll to get to the inside here. He's gonna make the pass look easy coming off of turn number 2. But don't look now. Thomas Axel back there sitting in 10th. He's trying to work his way back up to the field. Looks to the inside of the 21 down the front straightaway. He's there at his door. He's going to get the position here. Has to check up big. Gets into the back of the 53 just a little bit. 53 was trying to avoid getting into the back of the 0-2. Just a chain reaction here at Martinsville. Lap 61 of 125. This race has absolutely flown by. Brian Zimmerman looking for the lead in turn 1. He's going to clear him coming off of turn 2, give the race lead to Brian Zimmerman in the number 28. But Pittman had such a run that he actually managed to stay on the right rear quarter panel for just a second, going down the back straightaway. But now, Brian Zimmerman's got to get out front, and he's got to start pulling away. As we have a caution flag out on the speedway. Looks like the number 98 involved. Let's go ahead and see if we can see what happened. Down the back straightaway. Into turns 3 and 4. Slides up in front of the 43. 43 just gives a little bump to that left rear quarter panel. And luckily the 98 did not hit anything. Managed to lock the brakes down. Didn't hit the inside wall, but it did bring the caution out on the speedway once again here at Martinsville. Brian Zimmerman still your race leader. Christian Pittman 2nd. Derek Stanley 3rd. Garrett Crow 4th. Tanner Marr 5th. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we're going to see who's going to make their way up to the front now. We'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen.
shut up and sit down.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, pace car's off. Brian Zimmerman, your race leader, coming around out of turn number 4 in the hands of that number 28. Fires them off, and we're back underway. You see the choose cone played out pretty well for certain drivers. You see Pittman took the inside lane, and he's going to prevail and hold on to that second position. Tanner Marr looking to the inside of the 38 clear, and we're going to be 3 wide going down the back straightaway. They're going to bump and bang back here. Oh, the 53 gets into the back of the 13. Sends him up the racetrack. Oh, man. Not sure if there was problems there, but now the 0-2 of Guy Barrett going around. What a restart. All right, we got to see what happened with this caution flag real quick. We'll see if we can't go back. It's down into the corner. Yeah, the 98 kind of sent it in a little too hard. Axum came in out of nowhere. As Tanner would say it, rumor has it, he's still on the throttle. Oh, what was... You feel bad for the 43 of Bell right there, right? I mean, come on, look at that. The man's just trying to get turned around. How does that happen? Come on, iRacing. Actually, let's go back. Let's go back a little bit further here because we saw the 53. I mean, he gave this 13 a shot, man. And I kind of want to see what happens. Maybe he just he misjudged that braking point or what? Looks to the inside. Oh, okay. Yeah, might have misjudged his braking point. Maybe didn't like that block. I don't know. Sent the 13 up the racetrack. Not much you can do there. We're going to go ahead and try and get another quick mention in of our sponsors. We'll be right back. Pace car is back off, ladies and gentlemen. You see the choose cone results right there. Carroll, first car to take the outside. Bold move by the number 99. They fire him off, and we're back underway. Carroll got clear of the 14. He's going to slot back into second. Looks like we have another caution out on the speedway. They did so well at the beginning. I think it might have been the 53 of Scott Smith might have been involved here. Might have hurt him too. It looks like he might have gotten trapped a lap down by the pace car. Let's see what happened here. Here's the restart. Down into one. Oh, that's really interesting right there. Might have been another case of the got on the brakes just a little too hard. He wiggled up in front of the 21. And the 66 back there going around. Probably trying to avoid it. Luckily, no damage to the number 66. Back under caution once again. Let's run to that caution. Let's go ahead and try and get more sponsors shout outs. We'll be right back.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Still under caution here for the Crooked Line. Top Hat Comics Super Late Models. Lights on the pace car are going to go off. We're going to be single file this restart. So that does give the 28 of Brian Zimmerman a good advantage here. Field in the hands of the 28. Down into 3 and 4. He's going to fire him off, and green flag is back out in the air. And you see it right there. Zimmerman, great jump. It is very hard to judge those restarts on a single file restart like that. Everybody being real cordial right here. Chris Carroll now trying to come up and get a piece of that lead. Lap 81 of 125 here in Martinsville. How about Thomas Axum trying to work his way back up through the field? Doesn't look like he has a scratch on that 13. Involved in a couple instances. Got pushed up to the outside wall, trying to run down the 4th place car of Tanner Marr. Tanner has still yet to come get that damage fixed. Oh, the 15 of Mettler is going to go around. Let's go ahead and see what happened. We saw that one right out of the corner of my eye. I saw it happen. Let's see what happens here. Oh, the 15. I don't know, ladies and gentlemen. I'd have to say, while the 11 sent it in there, I mean, you know, 15 kind of left that gap. Just kept coming down like nobody was there. I'd have to say that'd be on Mettler on that one. But we'll go ahead and let the chat decide. See Tempest out in chat. How are you doing, sir? Back under caution once again. And this is something that Brian Zimmerman could like to see or not like to see. And I tell you what, let's ask him ourselves. Brian Zimmerman, driver the number 28, Sam in the booth. You got a copy?
I got you, Sam. How you tonight, bud?
Hey, we're doing great up here. You guys are kind of losing your heads here these last final laps, man. But my biggest question for you is, are you liking these cautions, or do you not want to see any more yellows?
For me, I have these guys behind me all got newer tires than I've got, about 20 laps. So cautions are helping me right now. If I can get a good jump, get about 5 or 6 laps, and then get another caution, as long as I can hold the lead. It's working out good for me to get my tires cooled back down. But tire wear is going to be a big issue. If we have a long run, those two guys behind me definitely got fresher tires, so it's going to be hard to hold them off.
All right, man. That was our biggest question, because I know if I was in your position, I'd be loving these cautions right now, just holding on to that race lead. But hey,
Yeah, they're helping me.
We'll let you get back down there.
All right, bud. Thanks, man.
Yep. You have good luck in the rest of your race, buddy.
Appreciate it.
Don't want to keep them too long. I don't know when they're going to go to green, or if they're going to choose. And I know they have team communications and everything, so I don't want to keep them too long. Just ask them what their thoughts are and move on through the rest of the race here. You heard them there. So Keith Mack out in the chat says I was on the 11. Tempest saying 15 was at fault. I have to go with the 15 there. Like I said, the 11 wasn't officially there, but you left that gap. Someone's going to put their nose in there. Gotta have that track awareness. My view on it, at least. You heard it there. Zimmerman likes these cautions, and like I said, I'd like it if I was in his position as well. I mean, right now you're just ticking off laps. Got about 40 laps to go. Here's the choose cone. How about Axum taking the top side right there? Carroll took the bottom. Tanner Marr, looks like he might have came down pit road. I don't know what that was all about. All right, so the fast guys are back up near the front. You got the Chris Carroll and Thomas Axum, 99 and 13. Brian Zimmerman, though, is fast in that number 28. Can he hold him off? Green flag is back out in the air here at Martinsville. They're going to be side by side going down into turns 1 and 2, coming off turn 2. Zimmerman's going to clear Axum. And this is the question: how long is he going to try and ride behind him before he's going to try and make a move for that race lead? If he can get to the back bumper, he is there. He could make a move if Zimmerman slips up. Zimmerman has been consistent all night. You see his race car, barely a scratch on it. Has been from mid-pack to the front of the pack. Doing a good job out here in that number 28. Axum took a peek right there. Zimmerman's going to throw a block down the front straightaway. Out of turn number 2. 13's got another run, but can't quite get there to make a move down into 3 and 4. Chris Carroll trying to run them both down right now. Remember, Carroll started second on the inside lane. Kind of hurt him a little bit, but he's still up there in 3rd position. Out of turn 2. Still a good battle for the lead right now. Lap 91 of 125. Still a long way to go. Can Zimmerman hold him off? I know his heart's probably pounding right now. Wants to see another caution so he can catch his breath. See, Axum's kind of running a different line right here. Kind of enters a little bit higher than the 28, trying to get more of a straight shot off of the corner. He's trying to get the run down the straightaway, but it's just not working. He's on the back bumper right there, looking to the outside down the front straightaway. There ain't no way this 13 car is going to pass that 28 on the outside. Ain't no way. And right there, I just got proof right. Still looking to the outside. I don't want to take the eyes off of this battle right here, because these guys are racing hard for this win. Everybody else pretty much spread out. You see Axum looking high again, and I just don't know how he's making that work. Side by side down the front straightaway. Axum again to the outside. I have just never seen. I know he's on better tires than that 28, but a little bit of a bumper shot right there to the 28. Axum now looking to the inside. Zimmerman's going to pinch him down, trying to hold on to it side by side out of turn 2. Zimmerman got into the wall just a little bit. He lost all of his momentum. Now, Chris Carroll has to go run down the 13 of Axum to try and take home this win. Out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway. This is your top 3 right here. Thomas Axum, your race leader. Chris Carroll running second, trying to run him down. Zimmerman now back to third. Coming up on some lap traffic here. We're on lap 99 of 125. About 27 laps to go. Riding on board with the 13 there down the back straightaway. You see Chris Carroll. He is coming. Running just a little bit quicker than that 13. 72 getting up out of the way of the race leaders. 26 laps to go here. Carroll is there. Can he make a move? Out of turn 4, across the line. 25 laps to go here at Martinsville. Race 4 out of 12 for the Top Hat Comics Super Late Model Series. This is the battle for the lead. And I want to go see what's going on in the back of the field, but with 24 laps to go, we just got to keep an eye on this race for the lead. Because Chris Carroll just all over the back bumper of that number 13. Down into 1 and 2. Down into 1 and 2. 23 laps to go. Can the 99 make a move? Caution flag. He's going to have a shot at it here. This looks like the 0-2. Guy Barrett involved in one. Let's go see what happened. Oh, again, checks up and the 38 just gets into the back of him. I don't know what happened there. Oh, wow. I mean, just straight up got into the back of him and turned him. All right. See Keith Mack out there saying Zimmy looks a bit loose out there with them old tires. It's kind of funny you mentioned that. He was actually complaining about, I wouldn't say complaining, he was mentioning that the car was really tight for him tonight. So wasn't happy with the handling of this race car at the beginning of the night. Something interesting about these races, ladies and gentlemen, they always put on a show. I tell you what, mark your calendars, come check out these guys every Monday night for some awesome short track action here on True Sim Productions. Be sure to check out tomorrow night for the Tour Modified series, also sponsored by Top Hat Comics. They also put on a great show. Last week we had a great finish, side-by-side finish. It was awesome. Tonight it looks like we're probably going to get something similar. Keith, you're absolutely right. I agree. I think that if you can cool your tires off well enough here, clean them up a little bit, you might still have a shot. And Tempest, let's see here. Let's see. The number 28 is Zimmerman. He actually last pit on lap 36, and that's when he took, I believe, right side tires only. So he already has tires. Right now, it would be really difficult for him to go get tires and have to drive back up through the field because I don't see anybody else pitting. Your choose cone going into effect. You see Carroll going to the bottom, Axum going up top. Interesting call. Pittman's back up there. Tanner Marr's back up there in 5th. How about Kyle O'Danick? He's won in this series a time or two. But field in the hands of Axum in that number 13. Coming out of turn number 4. Pace car is off. We're back underway with 16 laps to go. Look at the jump the 14 got on the number 99. That was a great jump for the number 14 of Pittman. Tanner Marr goes way up the racetrack. Everybody does a great job getting around him. Let's go back up to the front. Pittman could not hold off Carroll on that bottom lane, or I'm sorry, on that top lane. Carroll managed to get around him and now has to hunt the 13 back down. Remember, Chris Carroll started from the rear of the field this evening. Race winner of this series, ladies and gentlemen, just to make it clear. If you win a race, the next race you have to start from the rear of the field. As it looks like we got another caution out on track. Maybe the 15 of Medler was involved. Yeah. I don't know what's going on. These guys just not giving a whole lot of room back here. I don't know what's going on. Let's see if we can't get a better angle on this. See? That's another case. It looks like the 15 thought he was clear, and he just happened to be he wasn't. See John O'Danick out there. How's it going, John? Good to see you. John puts the number 21 in chat. Now, John, you wouldn't happen to be going for Kyle O'Danick, would you? I mean, that would just be too obvious, right? Looks like the flag man might be giving the drivers 2 to green right here. Can't tell from up here in the booth. Obviously. I could have swore you would have went for someone else, but hey, you know, I'm just playing. Thanks again for coming out and tuning in here on a Monday night. So 2 laps of green here. Looks like it's going to be about a 9-lap shootout to the end. Chris Carroll's going to have to get the restart of his life right here, unless the caution were to fly once again. All right, everybody, who do you got? You got Thomas Axum, Chris Carroll, Christian Pittman, Brian Zimmerman, Kyle O'Danick, your top 5. I've seen that 21 pull some moves before on these choose cones. He might have something for him. Last pit on lap What was it, lap 52? Got shoes come gun into effect. All right. Going to be 8 laps to go when they take the green flag. Field in the hands of that 13. Got to fire him back off. We're back underway. 8 laps to go here in Martinsville. Chris Carroll got a good restart, though. He's going to have a better angle going down into the corner. They all come off of turn number 2. Great shot of the field coming down the back straightaway, down into 3 and 4. Still all Thomas Axum right now. Down the front stretch. Into 1 and 2. Carroll trying to do everything he can. 7 laps to go. Going to be 6 laps to go this time by for the number 13 of Thomas Axum. Get his 2nd win of the season. Three and 4. Coming out of turn number 4, Flagman, 5 fingers in the air. 5 laps to go here in Martinsville. Everybody pretty much single filed out behind them. Last time by, lap times between the top 2. Dead even, a 1909 versus a 1909. They're out here setting qualifying laps. It's a good question, Michael Falk. Is someone going to Chastain it for a win? I don't know. We're going to have to see. I don't think it'll work in these cars. Looks like Chris Carroll might have lost every bit of tire he had trying to catch up to that 13. I don't think he'll be able to get him. 3 laps to go this time by. Down the back straightaway for the 13 into turns 3 and 4. Coming out of turn number 4 for the 13. Popsicle sticks in the air. 2 laps to go. He's got a pretty good gap here. Nothing to worry about. Just wants to see that white flag wave. White flag in the air for Thomas Axum here in Martinsville. Next flag that flies will end it. Doesn't matter if it's caution or if it's a checkered. Down the back straightaway and into turns 3 and 4 for the final time. Had a great run all night long, but it's going to go to the 13 of Thomas Axum. Christian Pittman, I don't know what he tried doing there. I got to back that up. Hold on, we're backing that up. He went way wide up into this corner. I don't know. I think he thought about it. He tried, I think he might have tried Chastaining, or he went in just a little too hard. I don't know. But barely hanging on to that 3rd position is Christian Pittman in that number 14. Thomas Axum, though, going to burn it down. This winning moment has been brought to you by USAFirearms.com. Everybody go check out USAFirearms.com. All right. So, we got to start post-race interviews. And we got to get 3rd place up here. 3rd place being the 14 of Christian Pittman, climbing out of that super late model, coming home in 3rd place tonight. And Christian, we got to ask you, did you miss your braking zone going into 3 and 4? Were you thinking about Chastaining it? What was going through your mind right there?
I thought about Chastaining it, but I did it in a test session earlier this morning or afternoon. It worked twice and failed like 6 times. So I went in there, and then I was like, you know what? I'm not going to do this because I don't want to flip and end up 16th. So I ended up not doing it.
Yeah, like I said, we couldn't tell. We actually went back and looked at it. We thought you might have thought about going for it, but you could have missed your braking zone. Regardless, you almost lost it there to Zimmy coming across the line. Still got third place, man. How does it feel to get third place here tonight?
Man, it feels good. It's kind of weird. It's like the third week in a row. It's been Axum, Carol, and me running in the top 3. It's like I got to pick up just a 10th, just a 10th and get up back by them.
All right, man. Well, hey, actually, let me double check right here before I let you go. Let's see our schedule. We are heading to Rockingham next week. How do you feel about Rockingham?
I love Rockingham. That's one of my favorite tracks, especially the way it wears tires. If you can manage your tires through the race, you can run up front all night.
All right, man. Who do you got to thank on that number 14 for making it all happen?
My grandparents, as always, my dad, my buddies from work watching, Five Kings Motorsports, MF Racing Design, you, of course, for doing the broadcast, and everybody at Crooked Line.
All right, Christian. Hey, good job on getting that third place finish. We'll see you next week at Rockingham. That was driver of the number 14, Christian Pittman, coming home in third. And we got to bring up, I got to find him here, driver of the number 99, Chris Carroll, coming home in second place tonight. And it looked like you might have had a shot there before that caution came out, Chris. Did the caution help you or hurt you?
I think the caution at the end hurt me pretty bad. I had something for Axum there on the long run. Once the tires cooled down, though, I couldn't get it rolling like I could before, and he earned it, man. He's a damn good driver. It's a lot of fun racing him and Zimmerman and Pittman and all the guys at the front there. But, yeah, I think that caution hurt me pretty bad, Sammy.
Well, hey, you had to start from the rear of the field. Luckily, it was 125 laps. He had enough time to get up to the field. Few cautions, had to pit a couple of times. I mean, were you expecting this finish tonight, or were you expecting to finish a little bit further back?
If I made it to the top 5, that was my goal. Really, really tough passing tonight. A lot of grip, a lot of dudes, really fast out there too. That doesn't help. But yeah, I was trying to get through there in one piece. Once I got up on that restart to second, I was feeling pretty good. But yeah, it was really tough to pass out there. I mean, I was blessed to get up there and get it racing for the lead. That's incredible. But too many fast guys to be expecting to be in the, going for a win from dead last.
Well, I tell you what, we go to Rockingham next week. How do you feel about going to a little bit more of a banked track?
Oh, baby. That's one of my favorite tracks on the sim. It's got to be top 3. I don't have to start in the back, which is awesome. That's a real driver's track. It's real nasty. Rockingham is like a big monster with burrs on it trying to kick you off all the time. And car's hard to drive, track's hard to drive. And I love that place, man. It's a place I like.
All right, man. Well, hey, coming home in second here tonight. Good points tonight for that number 99. Who do you got to thank?
Always got to thank Brian Zimmerman, USAFirearms.com, Truson Productions. Got to thank the Pit Lizard Boys. We got Brian Zimmerman. We got Troy Tarbach. We got Larry Bell. We got Guy out there. There's 4 or 5 of us out there doing our thing. Got to thank Tanner and all the boys here that work so hard to make this happen. We all love racing. We all love racing in this league, and it's getting better every week.
All right, Chris. Well, I tell you what, go ahead and celebrate that second place finish. We'll see you next week at Rockingham.
10-4, driver.
And that was second place finisher Chris Carroll. Let's see here. We got to get our winner up in the booth now. That's driver the number 13, Thomas Axum. Had to start from the rear of the field, kind of found his way up near the front, then fell back again, involved in a couple cautions. Tom, walk me through tonight, man.
Yeah, some ups and downs, but we came out on top. Never say never. 50 laps is a long time. 30 laps is a long time. So number 13 is a never say die. So that's what happens when you never say die.
Did you have any kind of doubts there when, like, those cautions started coming out and you were sort of working your way through the field? Did you think, man, I'm running out of time. I might not be able to get back up to the front?
Yeah, I thought maybe pitting early, just getting fuel, just to make sure I was good for the long run, and then waiting a little bit later, taking tires was going to be the good strategy, which it might have been a good strategy, but there was a better one tonight. I just didn't do that one, but I saw some of the people did, so I'll definitely be taking advantage of it in the future. But never doubt, never doubt. Always just look for the positive, and even when I got into the wreck, you get a quick repair. Luckily, we get a second chance, even when it's not your own fault. And you drive into a wreck like I did, you get a second chance. And luckily, we got the choose cone, and I went from like 16th to 8th or something, so I got half my spots, and then just started picking away from there.
Well, hey man, like I said, you had to start from the rear of the field. You didn't have to start from the rear of the field. You did a good job tonight, regardless. Ups and downs. And came home with the win. We go to Rockingham next week. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, that's one of my weakest tracks on the sim. So I definitely am gonna do some testing and try and be decent, but not my Martinsville. Rockingham is not my Martinsville.
Well, I tell you what, since you say that, I'll give you a little tidbit of information. Chris Carroll was just up here. We talked to him after the race. He says he loves Rockingham, so might want to keep an eye out for that next week.
Yeah, I know we got a good points battle switching off with winner, so one of these weeks we'll get a 2-timer, and hopefully it's going to be me. Just quick shout out to Bernier's Liquors, RKM Setup Shop, Studios 10's Designs, you up in the booth, True Sim Productions putting on the show, Tanner Marr with Crooked Line Racing, and just all the guys in the league, Chris Carroll, Brian Zimmerman. We had a good little race tonight. It was awesome. Me and Zim got to battle it out for a few laps side by side almost. And I had a ton of fun doing it.
All right, man. Well, hey, congratulations on another win here tonight. We'll see you next week at Rockingham.
Thank you, Sam. Have a good night.
That was driver the number 13, Thomas Axum, taking home the win here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. And that is going to do it for us here at Martinsville. 125 laps went by super fast, and Thomas Axum is coming home with another win here in the Crooked Line Top Hat Comics Super Late Model Series. But go ahead and pull our race results up on the screen here. There's your race results, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you all enjoyed tonight's broadcast. I'm Sam Baumgarten. We'll see you tomorrow night for the Crooked Line Top Hat Comics Tour Modified Series, starting at the same time around 8:45 p.m. Eastern Time. So check us out. Be sure to like and subscribe. We'll see you again in the next one. Have a good one, y'all.